Pakistan. On one side it has India, on the other side it has Afghanistan. For all these years, when India had friendly relations with Afghanistan's government, naturally it was Pakistan who didn't feel very comfortable lying between these two nations. But now it seems clear that the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan has caused a massive geopolitical shift in the subcontinent. So does this mean that India is afraid of the so-called emerging China-Pakistan-Taliban nexus? Or instead, is it Pakistan who is celebrating the Taliban's victory out of its fear of India? The British news media outlet BBC has reported that the Taliban spokesperson Suhail Shaheen told the BBC's Hindi service, "As Muslims, we also have a right to raise our voice for Muslims in Kashmir, India or any other country." Now this may shock you, but comments like these seem to indicate that the Taliban is now emerging as, or is at least hoping to be, the global voice for Muslims across the world, and that also includes the Muslims in Kashmir in India. Well, Muslims want to raise their voices for fellow Muslims across the world. And of course, there is nothing wrong with that. But if the Taliban is truly a well-wisher of the global Muslim community, will it also raise its voice against China for the atrocities and oppression that Muslims in Xinjiang and other regions have faced? Will the Taliban also raise its voice for Shia and Ahmadiyya Muslims in Pakistan, who for decades have faced oppression and violence in Pakistan? Not too long ago, Deutsche Welle, Germany's international broadcaster, noted how in Pakistan, a large-scale rally against Shia Muslims was held in the country's financial hub, Karachi, in which thousands of people chanted anti-Shia slogans. If the Taliban wants to be the voice of Muslims in other nations, will it ensure that it will treat all Muslims equally? Will it accept diversity within Muslims? For example, how about those Muslims in Indonesia who have preserved their roots and who even today cherish, celebrate and participate in their Ramayana-related cultural activities? What would be Taliban's viewpoint on those Muslims and their culture? Across the world, India has very healthy relations with multiple Islamic nations. Even though India itself has one of the highest Muslim populations in the world, it does not present itself as a savior of the global Muslim community, as it believes in the prosperity and well-being of the entire global community. Well, if the Taliban or Pakistan are truly concerned about Muslims' well-being, what are their views on the Muslim victims of the 2008 terrorist attack in Mumbai? Who killed those Indian Muslims? Which country did the killers come from? And when it comes to Kashmiri Muslims, who will the Taliban raise its voice for? Will it also raise its voice for those Kashmiris who are proud to be Indians? And finally, as Muslims, will the Taliban also consider raising its voice for these Muslims in Pakistan?
We, the people of Pakistani-occupied Jammu Kashmir, plead this august council to stop Pakistan from treating us like animals. The Azad Kashmir Elections Act 2020 has taken away all political, civil and constitutional rights. Our activities opposing accession to Pakistan have been declared anti-state in flagrant violation of United Nations resolutions. We are treated as traitors in our own home, simply for defending it. By declaring our political activities illegal, this act gives the Pakistani army a free hand to assassinate our people through targeted killings and enforced disappearances, Pakistan's favorite action against all those who disagree with their policies. Pakistan is brainwashing innocent youth on both sides of the border in Jammu Kashmir, making them cannon fodder in the proxy war with India. Pakistan continues to run terror camps from Azad Kashmir.
For India, there is a lot at stake when it comes to Kashmir, and the Taliban's attitude towards Kashmir is something that, according to experts, is something that is worth observing. See you again.